Good day, subscribers. So, as mentioned last week from our market updates, we are going to address or answer the question of the week. And we are going to do this in between our market updates, and hopefully, every other week as well, we'll be coming out with this kind of clip. Apart from addressing question of the week, we would like to encourage you to come up with some of your suggested topics that you would want me to discuss, perhaps a query on a situation, financial situation, seeking out an advice apart from a particular question. For this week's question, okay, we are going to address the question of Loini that goes this way. What will be the implication of a Marcos presidency versus a Lenny presidency after the elections on May 9? So the upcoming elections in about 3 weeks' time or less than 3 weeks is deemed to be the most important election because it will be a comeback of Ferdinand Marcos Jr. To power after being exiled in 1986. More than what has happened and what are the issues prior to the election, okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay, the object of the question is what will happen if in case Ferdinand Marcos Jr. wins, or what will happen just in case VP Lenny becomes the next president of the Philippines. So what are the things that we need to watch? So I have lined up some items that would help us, somehow assess what are we to expect over the next 6 years. Of course, upon the proclamation of the president, comes the inauguration of the new president. And during the inauguration, he or she is going to deliver an inaugural address. So this is very, very important because it will be the first time that the new president will be addressing the country as the president. And in the message, it will embody somehow the principles, the message of the new president for the whole nation. Perhaps it would also contain some hints as to what are we going to expect over the next 6 years, in governance. But more importantly, those are just words. More importantly, what would the president do in the first 100 days? This is what's going to be observed, of course, particularly by the business sector locally and internationally. So it would also depend on the kind of people that will surround him or her, as regards to their competencies, your background and experiences, and even reputation at that, would somehow determine the kind of government that we are going to be dealing with in the next few years. So, and along the line, within the first 100 days, I'm sure the president would be calling on for some sort of a dialogue to address the nation, to explain somehow his moves, his appointments, etc., etc. So within the first 100 days is actually critical because that would somehow set somehow the expectations, from that particular government. Okay. Now, whether that is Ferdinand Marcos Jr. or Leni Robredo, I believe, that remains to be seen. However, the more important aspect of a new presidency, its mandate, will be, of course, the reaction of the market, and somehow that could also spell the kind of business confidence that will be brought about, by the new mandate. Okay, so in relation to that, of course, the international community would also be watching. Now, this is where somehow the roads are going to diverge, between Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Miss Leni Robredo, just in case. Okay, I would like to feel, and this is my personal opinion, that between a Marcos presidency and a VP, a Leni Robredo presidency, it's going to be more conducive, for the business locally as well as international perception that would favor, okay, Robredo presidency, mainly because Ms. VP Lenny already has laid out her plans, okay, over the next 100 days. And even during her campaign, it is very clear as to what she is going to do, okay? And that is primarily to earn the trust, you know, of the people, the business sector, locally and internationally, to trust into the government and to create more jobs. Whereas for Ferdinand E. Marcos, the platform of government is very, very simple, and that is to seek unification of seemingly a fragmented, republic. But there are no specifics, and he did not even dare, to attend the Comelec sponsored debate. So we are just going to second guess, what will be the actions of a Marcos presidency. So with that, I believe, the business sector will be going towards the sidelines, doing a wait and see attitude, as well as the international community as regards to what will be the next moves of Ferdinand E. Marcos the moment that he swears in as the new president. Whereas it is very clear that Lenny, has a clear plan what he's going to do over the next. In fact, even during the first day, he already knows what executive order she is going to issue. Moreover, from the think tanks of other institutions, offshore, uh, they actually favor a Robredo presidency. So we could see that it's going to be more upbeat just in case VP Lenny wins. No, no offense meant to Mr. Marcos, because he's carrying the name of Marcos, which carries, somehow a bad stigma, both locally and internationally. So that is going to be the take. More importantly, what will be the implication of that kind of a view from the business sector? It would mean definitely the kind of flows that we would expect coming out from portfolio investments as well as foreign direct investments. So perhaps I will give you some insights about this in our upcoming videos. What is the importance of this? So that's it. Our take on the presidency, the new president come June 30 of this year. So like our Facebook page, The Fast Exchange, and open your notifications to learn about our new posts. And as I've said, if you have questions, you have requests as to what topics to discuss, and if you need financial advice, all you have to do is to email ricky@thefastexchange.com or post it in our FB page. Thank you and have a great day.